So, the Wuling Hongwan Mini, China's best-selling EV this year, finally has a real rival, and I mean a real serious rival that's going to be priced extremely competitively, and you know what? It might sell even better than the Wuling Hongwan Mini. Hello my friends, welcome to the Electric Viking. Fantastic to see you here again on another wonderful day on planet Earth. Now I'm serious, it is a wonderful day because every day we progress closer and closer to the goal of having 100% renewable energy and 100% electric cars. You know, it's going to be great to be able to walk down your street and to be able to breathe in clean air. It's going to be fantastic. Now, China is doing big things to help this happen. Maybe not China itself, but there's a lot of Chinese companies doing big things to make this happen. One of those, of course, is the Wuling Hongwan Mini EV, which, like I said, is the largest selling EV in China, Coston EC1. Now, the Coston EC1 is an electric mini car jointly developed by Chery, New Energy, and Qilu Automobile. I don't know how to pronounce this, guys. Sorry if I'm getting it wrong, but anyway, Qilu is a wholly owned subsidiary of the local government of Shandong Province. Chery manufactures Coston EC1. The Chinese name is Qilu at its Shandong plant. Now, recently, Chinese media shared leaked photos of the new Coston EC1, which you've got to admit looks pretty good for a mini hatch. And the photos look like they're good quality and professional for spy photos, right? Well, of course, this is a fairly common trick used by automakers where they pretend to distribute spy photos. Everyone does it, so who cares? And it's great to see new pictures of the EC1. Now, the EC1 has the same platform as the Chery EQ1 and uses most of the technology from Chery, but the design is very different with a more stylish and, I think, a more resolved look overall. According to EV Vision, it encourages young people to show their individuality and pursue fashion trends, which I think sounds utterly ridiculous, but sometimes that's the way it is with marketing, isn't it? Still, I feel like the front of the car looks really good. The back is okay. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Now, some legacy manufacturers could be making notes here on how good an EV front grille can look if you do it the right way. So what about the size of this vehicle? Well, the size is 3.2 meters and 5 meters. Now, the engine has a power of only 25 kilowatts, and it's equipped with a lithium iron phosphate battery from Jiangsu GSO New Energy. Now remember, when I say only 25 kilowatt, well, it is only 25 kilowatt because it's a very small car, which will be pretty light. But remember that a big benefit of EV vehicles is they have instant torque and instant power on tap. As soon as you press the accelerator, all that torque and all that power is available immediately. So basically, if you wanted to say compare what would be a comparable engine, say diesel or petrol engine, what would be comparable specifications, you have to at least double that power to get something that would feel comparable. So if you're looking at it that way, you could say it'll have around about 50 kilowatt. Now, what about price? Well, Chery is saying they're going to reveal the price in August, but insiders are saying they already know what the price is going to be, and apparently customer deliveries are coming in September. Apparently, they're saying the price will be 30,000 yen, which was $4,600 US. This will make it competitive with the Wuling Mini EV. Now, Wuling doesn't actually make a profit. Well, technically they do make a profit actually. Wuling, GM and SAIC, which are the three companies that have come together to build the Wuling Hongwan Mini EV, they make $26 US per vehicle sale, right? But they also get 2 credits from the Chinese government. This is in addition to potential EV subsidies and other incentives given by state governments. But those 2 credits actually come to $960 US. So technically, they actually make a $984 US profit, which is pretty good, 25%. Gross vehicle margins globally on average are about 8 to 9%. So it's way above that. And obviously that's all thanks to the EV credits. Now, obviously, if the Chinese government were to withdraw those credits, the price of these cars would have to go up. Now, Chery is very active in the field of Wuling competing mini electric cars. Aside from the above mentioned EQ1, they have already launched the Chery Q, which is a design copy of the Wuling Mini EV. The Chery EQ1 became famous in 2017 when they took on Mercedes-Benz and actually sued them for using the EQ trademark for their new EV in China. Chery uses the EQ branding since 2014, so I don't know why Mercedes thought it was a good idea to copy them. But anyway, you can see it's not just the Chinese that are copying the Westerners, it's also the Westerners copying the Chinese. So I think this EV is really showing you the future of EVs in China. Sure, it's not the entire market, but it's going to make a very large percentage of the market because many people can afford these. Remember, China has 1.4 billion people. India has 1.4 billion people. How many people in those countries can afford a car? Not many. But that number is increasing by the day as wealth is constantly increasing in those countries. And as these cars become cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, more and more people can afford them. The market gets bigger. And what do we have? What do you know? All these new Chinese EV companies in China, there's over 600 of them, start to profit from this market, expand this market. And what happens then? They bring the prices of EVs down. Eventually, vehicles like this will come to the West, and all of us will be able to access an EV similar to this for, I think, maybe around about $10,000, a lot more than what these cost, but I'm talking adding the safety features that you need for it in the West because these are technically quadricycles. But all you got to do to make them a real car is add a few things in that would cost a few $1,000s. So $10,000 for a car like this would make a huge difference for a lot of people in the United States, in Australia, in Europe, who can't really afford a car, or maybe don't want to get rid of their petrol car, and all of a sudden they see one of these for $10,000 and they think, wow, why not? Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.